Hello, hello. This is Odd Job Entertainment bring you another stream. Today, we've got day 7 of IAE 2952, another stream. And audio does work, always a good thing. And today, we've got one of my favorite brands to look at, Crusader Industries. Man, they've got some really, really cool ships. So I'm really looking forward to flying those around. They're pricey. They are one of the more expensive brands, um, but I dare say that their ships do warrant it. If I show you my main screen here, let's see, you can see that for a while I've been rocking the Ares Ion as my screensaver. So huge fan of the Ion series. Crusader in general. They've got the refinement. It's got a good balance of refinement and then just raw potential. I like that they have all these exposed mechanical bits. Maybe it's just because I'm a mechanical engineering student, so I think like an engineer, and I just like seeing all the mechanical greeblies on the ships. But those look really cool, and then they've got it streamlined in such a way that it feels like a premium experience every time you get into a Crusader ship. The Ion is basically the A10 built into Star Citizen. It is a size 7 gun, which is absolutely massive, with a cockpit attached. So it really follows the spirit of the A10 Warthog, in that the A10 is basically a plane built around a gun. Very much the same idea. And you can see as much from the development standpoint. The developers in charge of designing the Ion have basically come out and said that multiple occasions. Ooh, and I gotta make sure that I am in the Discord chat. So might be a little bit shorter of a stream today, just because I did kind of spring this suddenly. I got to take care of it earlier in the day because I'm not going to be available later today. Today is Thanksgiving in the United States, and with that, obviously I'm going to be hanging out with my family. So I wanted to get a stream out though to cover all the basics and showcase Crusader Industries before I do that. And let's see. While we're waiting for that to load, I do have something cool to show you. So I recently got a new printer, and if I show you my screen for a bit, this is a live feed from the printer, and it's so crazy to me to think that I can just let this thing run and just not worry about it. It's doing its thing right now. It's printing a Pieta, which is a very famous statue by Michelangelo. It's one of my very favorite Christian art pieces. Depicts the Mother Mary holding her son Jesus shortly after being crucified. Very emotional piece, and the artistic details that Michelangelo worked into it are just absolutely amazing. It's really an awe-inspiring piece. And pretty soon I'm going to have my own miniature version of it. And I just let this thing go, which is just crazy to me to think that it's just in the background doing its thing. I don't worry about it. I don't check on it. I don't do nothing with it. I just set up the settings and then it just takes care of everything for me. That's definitely not what I'm used to with 3D printing. I'm used to having to really baby printers and just constantly monitor them, and I just don't have to do that anymore. It's just wild to me. So if you're watching last night's stream, You know that we did have a bit of a unfortunate mishap. We tried to do some racing, and it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. We really didn't plan it out or think of the variables quite in detail as we should have. So here I am in Lorville. I'm gonna have to make the trek over to Microtech again. But I hope that this serves to show the contrast between the different art styles. Okay, dog. Sure, why don't you just shove me out of the way? Would you chill? I hit the button for you. Oh, shoot. What? Can't remember what my button is. Yeah. I guess I should figure that out. Push to talk. It's going to be in the social section, right? Nope. VoIP. Or VoIP. Numpad plus. I thought it was. Mic check. Mic check. Do I not have, let's see. One of these should be... Alright, let's set it to that one. Mic check, mic check. Okay. It looks like it's working. I just don't have global chat up for reasons. So I mean, the majority of the streams we've been doing, we've been in Microtech. Refined, beautiful, elegant, sophisticated Microtech. Now we're back here in Lorville, which by comparison feels oppressive, dingy, and dirty. Oh, look at this guy doing the slow step.
Welcome to Metro Center.
Oh, he's gone! But that's really a testament to the talent of the art team over at CIG. That this feels dark, dirty, dingy. I mean, that's exactly how it's supposed to feel.
Now arriving from Tisa Spaceport. Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding. Train tracks is a serious...
I'm almost tempted, because it is a Crusader Day, I'm almost tempted to go to Crusader, to the showroom, and I don't know if the ships are rentable there. It would be cool if they were, but since I'm not sure, I don't want to go there first. But it might be good to do some North Rock bounties in the Crusader area. I was watching the videos where they're talking about the Lorville redesign. Man, I'm excited. Lorville is going to get so much more personality to it. And I was watching Ray's guide, and I really like Ray. This is certainly not a personal shot at Ray, but we are allowed to disagree. He was saying that. And I'm very much paraphrasing here, but he was saying that the redesign of Lorville does seem to minimize the Hurston Dynamics tower because a lot of things get bigger around it, and so it's less imposing. And it's less visual, like it is all the time right now, or compared to like it is all the time right now. And I do disagree. I think having it somewhat hidden to a degree
Welcome
behind these
to the
large
ASOC
buildings
vehicle retrieval
and
system.
then still looming over, I think it does still convey that idea of like we are in control. But that's my opinion. I
Vehicle
think
selected.
that
Stand by.
it still is a huge power statement as shown in the Lorville redesign.
Your vehicle has
I
been
think
delivered
there's a
with
lot of
food.
other ways to convey that kind of oppression that they're going for here in Hurston. But it looks to have a very much Blade Runner look to it, which I'm pretty excited about. We're going to be flying the Argo raft. We don't have any cargo to take in it, but we didn't actually get to fly this one yesterday, and since I am here, seems like a good reason to take it across the planet. It's easy to spawn in since this is my home base technically. And that guy was doing the slow walk too. And it's like, oh, there's a player here. Gotta speed up. Alright. So, curiously enough, it seems like Lorville really struggles with its allocation of hangars. Surely this is not the adequately sized hangar. This is ginormous. Oh! It's doing the jump! I've been looking at the raft, and I am tempted to get one, just in the sense that I currently have a Freelancer Max, and this is a little cheaper than the Freelancer Max. Doesn't carry quite as much cargo, but if I had this and then got the shoot, it's the lower deck I need to get to. I forget it. Figure some other way to get down there. Basically, I could trade down to this from the Freelancer Max. I lose a little bit of cargo, but the things that I'm trading are typically Quantanium runs. So I could get this, still be able to carry 96 SCU of Quantanium, which is huge profits. That's like 750,000 credits. But then that would give me $25 to put towards getting a Prospector. So I could basically bring everything in-house by trading down. And it also gets me out of a MISC ship, which, as I expressed yesterday, I'm not a huge fan of the way MISC ships look. They serve a purpose, and you know they're great ships, but they're not exciting to me. They don't look very pretty. The Argo family of ships definitely looks a lot cooler from my perspective. I like the angular panels that they have. So I don't know. I have to look and see if I can make it work, but that might be something I do. VTOL mode is really good. Okay, so those... Oh wait, I gotta pull in the landing gear still. Let's see if that makes it look any prettier. Okay. Yeah, that trims up the silhouette quite a bit. Not bad. There's me. No guns on this thing. Which, does it have any guns on it? Okay, it does have a turret. I don't have access to that. That must be the co-pilot. But it's really only got those two guns, it looks like. Those are the only ones. So you are a little bit precarious in this ship. In that if you get attacked en route somewhere, you might be having a bad time. But I really do like this blaze orange. It's kind of a loud, obnoxious color, but it also gives tractor vibes, which I find really cool. Like big industrial equipment, which it is. It is big industrial equipment. We can kind of see from this angle just how much of the ship is ship versus how much of the ship is shipping. It's basically half and half. So if you look down the midsection, just cut it in half. The front half of the ship is where all your living area is. Back half of the ship is where all the cargo is. Which compared to something like a freelancer, which is a lot more integrated, it's a much starker contrast overall. One thing you do give up by having these 32 SCU boxes is you're not carrying a vehicle in these, which is a pretty big advantage in some cases for something like the Freelancer or the Cutlass. Being able to carry a rock with you or a hover bike. Hover bikes are really useful for mercenary missions because they do a better job of avoiding the turret fire from bunker bases. So being able to take a hover bike basically means that you can use your cargo ship as a little pocket carrier for a mercenary lifestyle. Being able to carry a rock means that you can do the whole rock gameplay loop, because the rocks that you can mine with a rock are few and far between. You have to travel quite a distance between them in order to actually get stuff. It looks like my internet speeds are struggling a bit. I'm gonna run a speed test. Might just be that it's the holidays, and there might not be a whole lot that I can do about that. But I do apologize if that's affecting the quality. And my download is still great, but download speed isn't what we're looking at here. It's all about that upload speed. Which I am going to be upgrading my internet soon. Hopefully in the near future. Excuse you. You didn't do the upload test. What the heck? Maybe it wants me to do the app on mobile. Jeez. Let's try that again. So I'm getting like 120 megs down. Up, we're getting like, ooh, 4. Man, we're not doing good today. Sorry, I think it's the holidays that got people coming in from out of town, using up bandwidth. It is also the middle of the day. Um, Things do die down towards the evening, and you have a bit more bandwidth to use. But this might be the best I can do for right now. Oh, we're making pretty good time. Already almost there to Microtech. I was watching a video earlier today from Hybrid V Audio. Man, that guy's got some really cool stuff. One of the videos was showcasing what it's like to be a tail gunner on a hammerhead with realistic audio. Basically, being that audio does not propagate through space because there's no medium for it to propagate through. And so the only sounds that you hear in space is things that happen, vibrations that occur within the atmosphere of a ship. So when a bullet hits the ship, that causes a vibration that you then hear reverberated through the hull and through the air inside the ship. But you don't hear its transit through space, which we currently live in kind of pseudoscience where anytime you have a projectile, you send it off into the distance, you hear it along its trajectory. And that's not necessarily the most realistic thing. And the impression that I got watching that is it's a lot more scary to suddenly get hit by bullets because it's like that's the thing that you hear is your ship getting ripped apart. So it's a really cool take on the audio. I don't know that it makes a whole lot of sense for the general public. I think a lot of the more casual players are going to want more of the Star Wars style of science where things make sense if you don't think about them, and then maybe miss out on a little bit of the realism. But it would be really cool to see that implemented in the game as like a toggle that you can do, simulation audio or not. It it made me think a lot about like the Expanse, which is a Amazon series, and they do a pretty good job of having realistic space battles. And that's one of the constant debacles, especially in a game like Star Citizen, which kind of doesn't know how realistic it wants to be at times. I mean, here we're traveling at close to the speed of light, and still it feels like it's too slow, and so it's like, how do we balance these kinds of things? And a lot of the ship combat that we do, it is still to some degree like planes in space, not so much the hyper realistic space combat people think it is. Like, so Star Citizen struggles at times, I think, to figure out how realistic it wants to be versus how arcadey it wants to be, and it leans more towards realism compared to other games. But it does make me think, like, do we want to go so far as making it like The Expanse? And I don't think so. I think it would be cool to see a game come out that was hardcore science fiction like The Expanse, but I don't want Star Citizen to be that. It would completely change the makeup of the game from something that I currently love and enjoy to something that I would really struggle with. All right, nighttime at New Babbage. I know I bellyache about this a lot. I just like seeing the city during the day. So many sights to enjoy. Oh, that's cool. What's this guy flying? Looks like he's smoking a bit. Okay, let's see. Where is... Oh, there it is. Gotta pitch up a bit. Yeah, you can see his distance marker is really fluctuating quite a bit. Desync has not been kind during IAE. Servers are under a lot of stress, so it's understandable. It is unfortunate though, because you want the new players to have a good experience, and struggling as much as we have with desync might not necessarily be that. But I hope that people who are new to the game can recognize that is going on, for one, and see the potential. Because, I mean, this game does work pretty good now when it is in the off season, or when there's not a big event going on. There's still plenty of bugs to trudge through, but compared to just a little bit ago, man, we're doing real good. I think those markers below me are actually just the expo. Yeah. It should, yeah. It's right below me there, and that's the expo hall. Someone's got some bright lights down there. I wonder if that's another Carrick. Wonder what the lights on this are like. It ought to be pretty big, right? Maybe? Huh. I wonder if they're not animated the way that they will be in the future, because you can't see where the light's coming from. Close enough to request a landing yet? Gotta be close enough. Put landing gear down. Switch to VTOL mode, make things a little easier.
complete assigned landing bay.
Hey, that wasn't bad. Yesterday we were really waiting for a landing pad. Okay, open wide. Here comes the train. Not my best landing, but
Landing complete.
it'll do. All right, and I'm going to take the fast way out. Just going to go through the airlock. Then I don't have to worry about buggy elevators. So that's the Argo Raft for you. Pretty cool ship. I think that flight was informative to what I was talking about before, if I want to trade down to it or not. The elevator seems to struggle a little bit, so I'm not sure that I'm really sold on the idea now. Let's see. Oh, geez. I gotta put the ship away, otherwise they're gonna find me.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been delivered to the
Argo Raft. Store that. There we go. And I'm gonna want to reset my spawn point here so that if I do die, which is quite likely, I'll come here instead. So I am gonna have to make a stop at Aspire Grand again. I think you can go from Aspire Grand. Yeah, you can go from Aspire Grand to the expo. So this isn't really taking us too far out of the way. It looks like internet speeds have possibly stabilized to a degree. I'm not seeing the dropped frame counter go up like it was before. Man, isn't Microtech pretty compared to Hurston? I think the one place that might be prettier than Microtech is Crusader, but I don't want to make Crusader my home base. Getting in and out of atmosphere, at least currently, not a good time. Takes way too long. But who knows, maybe it'll be a more viable base station once we have the new SCM and quantum travel modes. because if you could use your Q drive to just quickly get out of atmosphere, all of a sudden Crusader isn't so terrible to visit. That's a big if, though. It all depends on how well that works and if that's even possible. If you were watching the stream last night, perhaps you saw me almost take on a hammerhead in a Mustang. I was doing a box mission, basically to show off that the Mustang can do box missions now. And someone must have spawned an ERT nearby, and I very narrowly escaped before the hammerhead laid waste to my Mustang. So pretty interesting. Pretty harrowing escape. Okay, patient check-in. Do they really not have a terminal where I can just do my thing? Is that 5-8? Yeah. Floor 5, room 8. Floor 5, 8. Like here. Need to get to it. Step aside, lady. How do you like them apples? Just commandeer. Oh, I thought it was the lady doc. That's the guy doc. Okay, and now we just got to use the elevator to get back down. Final boss. Oh, whew. Didn't push me off that time. The elevator here has been the thing that I've struggled with the very most here in Microtech. Seems like 50-50, it's gonna push me into the void and kill me. Which, you know, not the ideal outcome for an elevator. Standing guard? Good. Don't let anyone by. Just me. Oh shoot, I hope that little... Ugh. Okay, good. Joke didn't make me miss my bus. My train. My tram. My monorail. Whatever this is. I guess a monorail is just a type of train, right? So... all monorails are trains, but not all trains are monorails. Unless it's a slot car. That's not a monorail. Or I mean, it's not a train, but it can be a monorail. Whenever I'm streaming on my own to an empty room where nobody's watching, this kind of just turns into McCool's shower thoughts. I just say whatever pops into my head so that I'm filling the audio space. while also trying to follow YouTube's terms of service, of course. Man, someday if I make it big, someone's gonna dig through all my streams and find all the embarrassing things I've said, and it's gonna make me cringe. Not this day. This day, no one's here. So I think it's Apex Hall today. Flip a coin. See if I'm right. Yeah. All right, yeah, we're good. I can see that. Got the Hercules series on display. Massive ships. Oh, and we've got the Nova Tonk as well. I forget that that's Tumbril, but that does make sense. The C2 Hercules, or the two cargo carrying variants, are both big enough to carry 3 tanks in a line in this cargo bay, which is a ton of ground firepower. This cargo bay is massive. Seeing this thing loaded up with cargo is actually really impressive. It has an elevator and it has a ladder, which can't be overstated. Having a ladder as a backup for when the elevators are giving you issues is huge feature-wise. I think I stumbled onto the C2. So here we've got the crew cabin. No, this is not the C2 then. Is this the... this must be the M2. Okay, so you've got drop seats here and an armory. Both really cool. We've got pretty cool special effects back here for the engines. And let's see. We've got the Eye of Sauron, which no idea why it's this bright. It used to be even brighter though, and instead of giving an explanation as to what it is, they just made it more detailed. So no idea what it is back there, but it is super bright. Goodness. And they just made the special effect for it being ridiculously bright more detailed, which I think that's really funny. Okay, habitation area here. And I do not believe there is a captain's quarters. I think everybody is equal on this ship. We do have very Crusader-ish circular doors that spin up for component access. We've got the bridge further ahead. Escape pods. And then this should be the gunner seat, yeah. So that'll access one of the remote turrets. Pilot seat. And I'm not going to sit in the seat because we will get plenty of time for that later. But you do have a pretty good visibility for a ship this size. It's actually pretty impressive. Big panoramic view. You don't have a ton of vertical relief there, but it is a very good cockpit design, I think. If you are in one of these ships and you see the red lights going off, you're probably gonna die. You don't really have a whole lot of time to get off the ship. And I mean, just take the amount of time it's taking me to get to... I mean, I guess you do have the escape pods right behind the bridge, but they're non-functional at the moment. So I think that's the C2. I think that's the A2. And then this must be... yeah. I was right. Who knows their Hercules variants? I do. No. No. Don't do this to me, gay. Oh. Ah. Okay, we're gonna server hop. I need a server where I can actually rent the stuff. So, gotta do what you gotta do. It took like 4 servers last night for Lance Vader and I to get one where we could actually get the renting done. Hopefully it doesn't take that many jumps today. Is I want to get to flying the ships. That's the cool part. And right now, I know my mom is cooking up a storm, getting ready for everybody to come over for Thanksgiving. We do it a little differently in my family. We do a luncheon instead of dinner. I'm not sure exactly the reasoning behind that, but I got to get over there before 2 p.m. MST to help with setup. So I am on a little bit of a time crunch. But man, my mom, probably one of the best cooks ever. I know a lot of people say that about their moms, but with my mom, it's actually true. Man, she makes these homemade bread loaves that are, oof. Though, ironically, one of the people that I struggle with the very most to get to watch my content is my mom. So, unfortunately, I don't think she's ever going to see me talking about how great her bread is on the internet. But it is really good bread. She also makes a killer lasagna. And smoked meats. We got a smoker as a family. And, you know, I'm going to throw a little bit of shade at Traeger because everybody talks about Traeger, but, you know, here in Utah, you get some pretty wild temperature fluctuations when you go through your day-night cycles. And we had a Traeger for a little while, and it couldn't keep up with that kind of temperature fluctuation. It was too much for it. The other thing that happened is there's a burn-in period that you're supposed to do with a Traeger, and all of the protective coating stripped off the metal once we did that. So we weren't really happy with the Traeger. Now we have a Yoder, and if Yoder ever wants to sponsor me, I would gladly take that sponsorship because Yoders are awesome. Thing is built like a tank. Thick metal all around. Who is that chewing their microphone? Is it you? Are you the one chewing your microphone? Gosh, that's so gross. Go away. What was he saying? Oh yeah, Yoder smokers. Awesome things. Built like a tank, super thick metal all around. It's probably bulletproof. I wouldn't be surprised. But we get such good meats out of that now. And we've actually adopted kind of a hybrid approach to doing meats in my family. We do sous vide for most of the cooking, and then you'll do like a 6-hour smoke session. which that's enough to get the smoke flavor and the smoke ring, but the sous vide does a better job of retaining all the moisture. So these meats fall apart. Like if there's a bone, you can pull that bone straight out of the meat. All right, here's the big test. Rent it. Oh, we're good. We're golden. So we already showed the M2. The C2 is pretty much identical, except that it misses out a little bit of the firepower. So you can see that we're missing that chin turret that the M2 has. That's because the C2 is the civilian model. It is strictly cargo. It's still a ton of cargo. I mean, because the cargo holds are identical. But it does miss out a little bit of the firepower. The benefit is it is cheaper overall. So for the savvy shopper who's not using it for militaristic purposes and you just want to do cargo, it's a perfect option. The A2 back here, which don't worry, we'll touch these tanks in a minute. The A2 sacrifices quite a bit of cargo space in favor of having the chin turret back, but this is also a bomber. So still a lot of cargo space, but you do give up some so that you can have these massive ordnance bombs. You drop these on somebody and they are instantly having a bad day. Up top, it's basically identical, so I'm not going to give a tour of these other two models because that part doesn't change. But really cool trio of ships. Distinct purposes, but really, really cool. Here we've got the Nova Tonk, which, man, this thing is just fun. Fun with a capital F-U-N. Limited visibility, but you're in a tank. What would you expect? Yeah, this thing can dish out some serious firepower towards air targets that happen to get close enough. It does take a little bit of coordination. You generally do have to have a couple people on this with you in order to make it fully effective. And it's actually quite drifty in low G. You know, you wouldn't expect to be doing drift moves in a tank, but you can with this one. And, let's see. Surely you can rent this, right? I don't know, I'm not finding the button. Okay, I need to check the map and see where I'm going. We've still got the Mercury Star Runner and the Ares series to check out. But which side did they put them on? I'm gonna guess it's this right side, but I'd rather know for sure. Oh, see, this is why we check. Okay. So it's this left it's this left front side, I mean. So we do have a different family of ship weapons on display. These are the tri-barrel repeater family. So you got the Bulldog, the Badger, the Panther. So let's see. So I think the naming convention is the numbers in front tell you the size. So it's size 3, I'm guessing. Yeah. The Rhino, size 4. Galdarine, size 5. And then size 6 for those that need it, the Mammoth. Really big guns. Really cool. I guess I would have figured out it's back here eventually, because they do have everything walled off that you can't get to. Ah, yeah. Here we go. Look at these. So here we have the A10 Warthog. This is very much a gun with a cockpit attached. I mean, look at that size 7 behemoth. Absolutely massive. And man, one of my very favorite starfighter designs in Star Citizen. It unfortunately doesn't do great against small targets. When it first came out, it was absolutely dominating the meta. And so it did need to be nerfed to some degree, but it's now very difficult to take on smaller targets in the Ares Ion. To such a degree that you are taking on quite a bit of risk if there are small targets around at all. But against big ships, you can still get a lot done. We'll be taking a tour of the Star Runner in just a second. I'm going to go take a look over here at the Inferno. And I guess, to be fair, this is the A10 Warthog, because this has the chain gun on top. Look at that thing. Massive, massive Gatling gun. This is the ballistic variant, where the Ion is the energy variant. Come on. All right, there we go. So very, very cool trio of ships. The Star Runner, very interesting ship. It is basically the Millennium Falcon in a Crusader skin. This is a smuggler's dream ship. Modest cargo hold. It's not the biggest, definitely not the smallest. But what it has that no other ship has is this secret cargo area. And usually this is not visible. Someone left the door open. But you can lock that, and then, I mean, how would you ever know that it's there, right? It looks just like all the other panels on the ship. There's nothing there. What are you talking about? And let's see. Yeah, let's get the lights on in here. This is one of the newer ships, so it does have working light switches. And we'll come back to those tunnels. I'm sure a lot of you watching, if you have any experience with Star Citizen, already know what kind of hat trick this ship has, but I don't want to spoil it for all the new people. So a little bit of component access here, engineering. Oh, and let's get rid of global chat. So you do have an elevator here with a ladder, and it's faster to just take the ladder because you can just mantle up it. This is a bit of a meme ship because it has an insane amount of doors. Just count how many doors we have to get through to get to the bridge on this small ship. Yeah. Every time you want to get on. Well, let's check out the bridge while we're here, because we did make the trek over here. So you got 2 seats. Really decent visibility. It's really good for a cargo ship like this. You have no frame blocking your view whatsoever. So really good ship in that respect. A little bit of an armory here on the side. Nothing too fancy. Over here we've got the habitation area. Get these lights on. Yes. There we go. So a little cozy desk with the Alex drawer set, kind of. Got the toilet. tucked away for convenience. Not the most comfortable looking thing. I feel like it would kind of like wedge you into the middle. So that might need a redesign in the future, but you know, whatever. Nice cozy habitation area. We of course have the 4K towels. And because this is a newer ship, it does have the multiple lighting modes. So, very nice. Here we've got the rec room. Oh, actually, no. I'll finish in the rec room. So here we do have servers for data running. Not a feature that is in-game yet, but this ship will be capable of it when it is implemented. Here we've got a scanning room. So you've got your scanning chair. And we've seen this on a couple other ships. Again, not a feature that's well implemented yet, but once it is in-game, should be pretty cool. Over here we've got top and bottom turret access. So this does have pilot weapons, but then it's also got 2 turrets. So you're pretty well defended in a Star Runner. Pretty good multi-crew ship. But now, if we go to the rec room, oh good. So let's see if I can remember this. Oh shoot, I think someone may have taken the piece. Well, here goes nothing. Oh, man. I don't think it's going to work. Dang it. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it. I just rented it, so I'll be able to show it off that way. If anyone is watching this back in the future who has any experience with the Star Runner, they know exactly what I'm trying to do, and I'm sure they're just tearing their hair out like, oh no, they took the piece. Who used the ladder? Why would you use the ladder? Or the elevator, I mean. Why would you use the elevator? Don't do that. Use the ladder. So much faster. All right. So we're gravy. We got all the ships rented. We do still have to check out the bottom floor, so we'll go do that. Man, they need to give us like some golf carts to run around here. This is a long walk. I wish I had the cardio endurance that my character has, though. I mean, I've been running this long and his heart rate's only 104. I'm so out of shape. I'd be like dying with this much running already. So lower level should be the we're gonna have a couple holograms, I'm sure, of the Spirit series. We've got the ground vehicles. Really good option for bunker raiding. You got 3 variants here. You have the one with the chain gun on the top. This one launches missiles. And then this one has missiles and a repeater. So if you really want to just overstock on firepower, you probably want to do the MT. The AA, I mean, it's nice, but not as versatile. This is basically a warthog, though, from Halo. Look at the color, look at the layout, and tell me it's not. Right? Tell me it's not, okay? Little Bill Maher impression for you. Over here we've got the Civi versions. So these ones do not have guns. These are for less radical individuals. Which, I actually haven't seen this one before, but this is cool. I like the blinds here in the back. Very 1970s fastback vibes there. I'm not sure what the difference is between these ones. I mean, this one's a cool color. It's got that going for it. Being that these are ground vehicles, pretty inexpensive in-game. Don't buy them with real cash. Not worth it. Just get them in-game. Not that hard. This one's clearly some kind of racing variant. I can tell that much. And then this is just the classic one. I'm just not sure what the difference is between them. But, anywho, moving on. So these are the Rangers. Wheeled motorcycle. So we've got plenty of hover bikes. We don't have anything with wheels, though. So these should be very interesting once they're implemented. But, again, early concept down the road. Probably not going to be for a while. We've got the Spirit. Recently announced concept ship. Which, very mixed feelings about the Spirit series. I struggled to see the point. It's kind of a Crusader take on the Cutlass with a bigger profile and less cargo. 48 SCU. Comes with the Crusader price premium. And I don't know, I don't really see the point. There are 3 flavors. There's the A1, the E1, and the C1. One of those is a light bomber. The other is a light military vehicle. And then you have the C1, which is just cargo. Here we've got the Genesis Starliner, which really takes planes in space to the extreme, because this is literally just a passenger transport. So, we've no idea at the moment how passenger transport will work, but the Genesis can do a lot at the same time. So that's the expo hall. Now there's 2 ships that we really need to try out today. That is the Star Runner and the Ares Ion and the Inferno. So I guess 3 ships. I don't know how successful I'm going to be in either of the Ares series, because if you take on an ERT, yeah, you've got a giant hammerhead to sink your shots into, but you also have to take on the smaller ships, and that's where it gets really tough. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to see what I can work out. Hopefully I don't do a Blaze of Glory like I think is going to happen. What am I doing? I don't need to I don't need to transfer my chair yet. We're not there yet. The other challenge with, especially the Inferno, is I think it does a little better for being able to range targets But the trade-off is you have a cap on the amount of bullets you can carry. So once you're out, you're out. So the Ion is probably better for longer battles. And since I am on my own, I think that that's going to be the one that I'll demo. The Inferno has a really cool paint job, aside from being the ballistic one, which makes it my favorite aesthetically. But if you've got no one to support you in a light fighter, you're kind of stuck. And then maybe we'll do a cargo run in the Star Runner. I think we'll do, yeah, let's try an ERT in an Ion. And then we'll do a cargo run in the Star Runner. And that'll be our stream game loop for today. We've got 2 clear goals we want to do. We could also do a cargo loop in a Hercules, but I don't think I have the funds to make that happen. I haven't been playing as much in 3.17 because 3.18 is looming right around the corner. And 3.18 is going to be sticking around for quite a bit longer than the other patches. And we also know that another wipe is coming. So it's kind of like, do I want to play? It's kind of a tough sell. But here we are at the spaceport. I really need to figure out some way to keep this headphone cable from going all over the place. Maybe if I did something that, like, takes it behind the chair, or, like, I mount the headphones to the chair somehow. Got a USB port down here at the bottom. Ooh, maybe that could be what I do. Maybe I could have like a DAC that I mount to this chair, and then I can plug my headphones into that. The DAC could be mounted to the chair and then plugged in through USB, because I've got a USB hub down here for the joysticks, but I've got more ports. And then I wouldn't need the cable to, like, come all the way up here to the PC.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle
I'm gonna have to look into doing something like that. That might be the solution.
Keep a careful watch on all personal items.
Ah, boy.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Okay, 3 minutes. Okay, let's get that one cooking.
Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Your insurance claim has been sent.
None of these are going to be super fast to get on hand, because they are all, none of them are starter ships. They do have a bit of a wait period.
Looking for a good time? Be sure to visit Wally
But
Bar at the promenade.
we can get them all claimed.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
I did pick up 2 Drake cutters, because they both come with LTI. So it's kind of like,
Insurance claim has been sent.
I can upgrade any ship I want now to get LTI. Like, that's not bad. And then I did also get a game package, so that if I have a friend that wants to have one, I can sell them that and be like, hey man, I picked this up in the anticipation that you would want one in the future. So
The Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
no, And somehow I need to destroy this character because it has seen better days. It is not doing good. I guess what I can do is I can get a mission queued up, right? Oh, and there's service beacons.
For the latest updates on ship availability and gate assignments,
Should I accept?
please use one
I'll
of the
wait.
conveniently located terminals.
If it's still going when I can get my ship out, I'll go help them out. These service beacons are rare. They don't pop up all the time.
Tired of travel? Why not rest at the Nest's newly renovated accommodations, located downtown in the luxurious Aspire Grand.
Let's get
Looking for a good time?
yeah. Let's take the ERT.
Only a quick ride on the metro.
Am I going to succeed? No idea.
Welcome.
The big trade-off, like I've said before, is I have no
Be sure to explore
real advantage against smaller ships.
whether it's the latest
So that's really the challenge.
or the
Your insurance claim has been sent.
This city of tomorrow has a lot going on today.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep watching this thing. It's almost there. Just watching this counter go down.
Your insurance claim
From the
has
best
been
in
sent.
shopping, dining, and entertainment, be sure to visit New Babbage's renowned promenade.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
Okay.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the...
Let's go! There are many like it, but this one is mine. So, let's see. And it's going to be hard to show off in high G's or normal gravity, but it does have component access all across the top. And once you've seen this cockpit, you've seen the cockpit of the Inferno as well. They're identical.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on.
And let's grab that service beacon because it looks like we are able to get this fast enough.
Channels! All channels! I'm under attack and need help!
I got you, boo. Don't worry. I'm coming for you. Hit. Oh, man. You hear those engines? So good. Ooh. Yeah, these engines, dang.
Contact.
Okay, let's get this guy. We'll plot a course to this guy. There we go. Man, plotting courses works so much better than it used to.
Quantum travel complete.
Okay, listen to that. So good.
Me! Please, I'm under attack!
I'm coming! Chill!
Quantum travel engaged.
Let's swap this to... No, not self-status. Target status.
You heard my comm, that's amazing. I need some help mopping up these bastards.
Okay, where's the guy?
I hired you to protect me, now get back here and protect me.
Okay, bro. I'm coming back. MT Protection Services.
All contacts. Fly away from me and we are done, you hear me?
Okay, bruh, there is no one here. Oh my gosh, is this you?
Fly away from me and we are done, you hear me?
I'm right here, bruh. Chill. Power the ship down? Is that the trick?
Fly away from me and we are done, you hear me?
Shields off. Crusader Industries, a journey breathtaking. Systems
Oh geez,
on.
so this guy right here is a target?
Where are you going?
Target destroyed.
Kill. I thought I was a goner. Thanks.
Thanks, Schlag. There we go. See, every org needs someone like Schlag who knows what they're doing. Because I don't. Okay, and I'm gonna have to plot a course of that because there's way too many targets there. Okay, any kind of direct route? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's recenter. There we go. There we. Oh no. No. That's not gonna work. We need to go. We need to go to Microtech first. It's a pretty annoying bug. The only workaround to untargetable enemies that I know of. Lol. Okay, one of these is Microtech. That one's Microtech. And I want this showing cell status. I want this one showing power. I want this one showing shields. Said I want this one showing shields. There we go. Also posted in Discord. RSI Galaxy video is up on. Oh wait, so they've got an official video for it now? Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'll do this mission and then we'll check out that video. Have they said anything about price? Do you know?
Quantum gravity.
Oh, gotta get my decoys ready. We got a Valkyrie, a Hammerhead, 2 Valkyries and a Hammerhead, and hopefully no Hurricanes. Please and thank you. Okay, what's this guy? Yeah, just Valks. It looks like Valks and a Hammerhead. That is like the ideal scenario. Unless I get closer and there's a Hurricane hiding in here somewhere. Let's hope not. But I should be close enough to be able to detect any Valkyries if there is one. Yeah, it looks like 2 Valks.
Launch shields.
And you have to get really close to actually get hits on a Valk. Don't want to get too close to the Hammerhead just yet. Fly away, fly away! Let's see if we can bait him over here.
Attack launch shields.
These Valks are sticking together really well. You know, good for them. Really annoying to deal with. also struggling with desync quite a bit.
Attack on shields.
And I have to get so close that, like, small movements on the stick are devastating. Really struggling to stay on target. Let's see. Try and soften this guy up. Few missiles.
Missile locked.
Oh jeez, did I just... Did those not all launch at the same time?
Attack on the shields.
Let's let shields recharge. Work imbalance, why? Haven't taken any serious damage yet. Right? Yeah, my engines look fine. I am having issues with torque. I think that is part of why I'm struggling. Like, I hit forward and it's throwing off my aim.
Target destroyed. Attack on shields.
Okay. Now there's only one of you to deal with. Shields recharge again. Oh boy, there's the hammerhead. I don't want to deal with you yet. Wait, no, that actually was the Valkyrie. Oh, face. Yeah, I feel like in order to actually get hits on target, I have to just, like, plant. I want you to get closer. I don't want the hammerhead to get closer.
Attack on shields. Target destroyed.
There we go. Looks like this hammerhead is sleeping. closer. I want to get above them. Give myself a bigger cross-section to look at. No, stop rotating with me. What are you doing? I want to hit you. Stop going away from me, too. What are you doing? Oh, lag, lag. Oh, there's nothing I could do there because I saw the collision alert, and then by that point it was too late. And I know it sounds so corny to blame lag, but that's what happened. That's what happened. I hit a lag spike and then I popped. Well, now that I've got those two support ships down, maybe now I can bring the Inferno in and finish it up with ballistics. Maybe. All depends on if it's going to let me spawn. I'm not hearing anything that sounds like a normal spawn cycle, so I'm going to... I guess I'm giving up that mission. But, while I'm server hopping, let's check out this... Oh, see, there we go. Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Just crashed. So, oh well. Let's launch that again. And let's pull up this video that okay, hold up. Okay, so since I already got everything rented, I don't actually have to worry about renting them. So that part's good. It doesn't matter what server I get at this point. I'll be able to get some stuff done. I can hop on Schlog's server. And now that I've got that loaded up, let's show you my main screen. Let's check out this video.
Multi-role ships in the persistent universe, by their very nature of the name, give you that flexibility.
They're intended to let you experience almost every part of the game. You can change between deciding to go off to a random planet and do some cargo missions, to changing your mind and decide to do bounty hunting and bringing a bounty back and put them in your hold.
There's your Corsair Schlag taking on an Idris.
On the verge of getting into more lawless systems like Pyro. I think multi-role is a great advantage to have because you don't know what's lurking around the corner and you'll be able to react to whatever comes at you.
And that's why we're introducing the Constellation's big brother, the RSI Galaxy.
That's a cool looking ship.
The RSI Galaxy is a multi-role vessel with true modularity that has different sections of the middle of the ship that can be changed out to support significant and real gameplay loops.
It is built on the same kind of ethos as the Connie, but it's scaled up to a larger crew size.
The Galaxy has a very industrial feel compared to previous iterations, and the Constellation's a prime example. It has far less focus on its combat capabilities.
It's not a warship, so it's not bristling with guns, but it's got what it needs. We were just going for a ship that when you saw it, it just looked like you want to just get together with your friends, get that thing off the ground, turn it around and just fly as far as you can.
For me, I think the favourite thing about the Galaxy is just the look of it, in conjunction with the layout. It does keep that classic RSI sort of sub-capital shape to it.
Yeah, it looks really
We've got
good.
nice big exposed engines with some, we were starting to bring like metal onto the engines, like a kind of a titanium material to complement the kind of cooler greys and blacks of the rest of the superstructure.
For me, RSI goes into kind of two different groups. You've got the slightly kind of more bulbous shaped ships, and then you've got this really aggressive arrow-headed kind of stance. And I think for me, the Galaxy kind of really falls into that arrow-shaped kind of, driving the ship forward.
Yeah, I can see that.
The
Arrowhead
interior
shape does look
architecture
cool.
of the RSI brand is something that I really enjoy because it's got those nice upturned classic sci-fi walls that sort of canter in at the top. And it is a bit of a challenge designing those because it means they need a bit more room inside the vessel. So you just got to make sure you've got a bit more space. But when you've got a bigger ship like the Galaxy, there's enough room in there to get your accommodation for your 6 players, all your functional habitation and recreation and all your kind of crew positions and everything. There's enough room to do that and have these cool extra wide corridors with a nice architecture.
Starting at the bridge, it's a central bridge that looks down onto the main part of the ship. Directly behind that, in the top deck, you have the habitation section. So you'll have a shared habitation space, and then moving further back, you have individual.
So, initially when I heard rumors about the RSI Galaxy, I heard about it in the context of being a Carrack competitor. And this looks like it might be quite a bit bigger than a Carrack. It's tough to say right off the bat, but it looks like it might be quite a bit longer.
Bedrooms, as well as the captain having their own office as well.
Maybe they'll
as
go
bedroom.
over that later.
Behind that, you
That
have the
office
engineering
looks
section
dope.
that looks down onto the hangar area. And it's probably one of my favourite parts of the ship because it has a nice look down onto the actual hangar, which is a rear loading hangar, which is really cool in my opinion. The floor beneath that is where the module is, within the centre of the ship. It's a relatively large space for the different modules you might need. And directly connecting to the module section, there's the hangar.
So the 3 modules that are available are a cargo module, which increases the cargo capacity of the ship significantly.
Okay.
There's a refinery module, which is, it's got a sweet mechanism with the underneath where the cargo ramp opens and we've got the saddlebag deposit. So this thing's going to work really well with something like a prospector.
And then the last one is a medical module.
The medical module is split into 2 halves. So in the very center, there's a lift that'll bring you up. So if there's anyone injured in a vehicle, you can get them straight into the actual medical wings. Alternatively, you can use the hangar at the back to fly someone in and unload them into the actual Galaxy. Inside the actual medical wing, you have an assortment of different tiered med beds for whatever injury the person might have sustained. Although it's been a while since we've showed off a modular ship or released any new ships that were modular, it isn't something that we wanted to move away from. Modular ships have a unique place in the universe because it helps push the multi-crew and multi-role ship. It's part of the reason why there's been less emphasis on multi-role ships in the universe recently. Now that we're getting closer to being able to deliver it, it's something we want to start revisiting again. The RSI Galaxy is perfect for a group of friends who want to be able to try lots of different aspects of the game and not limit themselves to one individual part, who one day might decide that them and all their friends are going to go out and do a load of mining and refining, making lots of money from gathering resources. But then the next day might decide that they want to do some cargo hauling across the verse, so they go from one system to another, transporting huge amounts of goods. The next day they might decide that them and their friends want to have a battle, so they need someone to be able to hear people. It's a ship that allows them to experience the most of the game without limiting themselves.
Okay, so there's a shot of it on a pad. So I thinking about how Carrick would fit on that same pad. I guess it is roughly Carrick sized. So maybe not as big as I was thinking. Decent firepower, it looks like. I've counted 4 turrets.
The RSI Galaxy is the newest concept ship making its debut at this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. And you'll get your chance to learn even more about it during RSI Day this Saturday, November 26th. But the Galaxy isn't the only rumored vehicle to arrive at this year's event. Anvil Day brought with it the brand new C8R Pisces, the space ambulance that some requested and many others never knew they quite wanted. Let's find out more as this IAE ISC continues.
All right, so let's pause. So the Carrick, one of the advantages that it has is its med bay. But it has a med bay and 500 SCU of cargo. And a hangar. Hangar's not massive. You know, the Pisces fits and other similarly sized ships fit. It looked like the hangar might be a little bigger on the Galaxy. It was showing a Pisces fitting with a little bit more side-to-side movement available. It would be really cool if it could carry something as big as a Scorpius, but I'm not going to cross my fingers too much. Oh, yeah, and the Carrick has repair drones. So the Carrick is still... Yeah, and the 3 cargo pods will be modular. So, like, the Carrick still has some sizable advantages, it seems, because without knowing the cargo capacity without that cargo module, it feels like you're going to have to make some significant trade-offs. I don't think I'm really too concerned about watching the Pisces. Let's see if they cover anything else. Doesn't look like it. Let's see if we can get some info about it. So Robert Space Industries. Drake Corsair, Drake Cutter, Inside Star Citizen, new player guide. Not just a statement about the Polaris. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. Do they have an entry for it on the RSI page on the store? Okay. Doesn't look like it. So, I don't think that this is the Carrick killer that a lot of people thought it was going to be. It depends on how much cargo it can carry without the cargo pod, I think. If it can still carry a similar amount of cargo without the cargo pod, and then the cargo pod just like doubles that, then you could do something like the med bay and still carry quite a bit of cargo, and at that point you could probably be a Carrick killer at least in the short term. The Carrack does have modules that should be coming in the future. They aren't available yet. And those repair drones, we don't know how useful they'll be. They could be really cool. They could be just gimmicky. I think the RSI Galaxy looks really cool, but there's still a lot that's up in the air. So I would hold on to your pocketbooks until we know more information about it. But it is really interesting. I'm excited to know more. But until I know more, there's just so many questions. I really like the design aesthetic that RSI is moving towards. I really like the arrowhead look. And I would personally like to see the Constellation get a rework to look more like that. They were talking about how RSI has two distinct designs with more bulbous things and then arrowhead shapes. I think they ought to kind of just focus on getting those more angular shapes down. Like, I guess the ships you'd be talking about are like the RSI Mantis is the other ship that's kind of bulbous, I guess, but it's still pretty angular. I don't know. Let's get rid of global chat just because I don't want to get in trouble for anything they say. Hopefully we'll find out a lot more about the Galaxy in 2 days' time on the 26th. And at some point I'm going to have to... Oh, what am I doing? We're both going to the same place. I can just hop in with you. I guess you never realize how thick that heavy armor is until you see someone's head poking out of it. Her character model looks puny compared to the armor plates. Alright, let's see. Let's get some missions queued up. We need call to arms. Always need that. No service beacons. Let's see. So I was talking earlier, I want to do a cargo run in the Star Runner. So let's plan out a route. So on our Discord, we have a curated list of game resources. And this is a really good way of being able to plot a trade route. So let me show you what I'm looking at here. So here is Star Citizen Trade Tools. Let's do Mercury Star Runner. And I'm gonna couch it a little bit. I'm gonna let you know that this might end up terribly. But let's see. What options do we have available? Now, there's a way where you can pick the route itself. Mercury Star Runner. We want to start off at Microtech. Let's see. Just do a round trip. No. Let's see. We've got other things that we can use too. Let's try Galog. I think Galog might work a little better for this. Here we go. Microtech. Stops to return. Let's max that out. Select ship. There we go. Mercury Star Runner. Let's bump the investment up. All right. We can do one of these. So I'm going to skip this leg because that's a net loss. But from HDMS Hadley, I should be able to buy a Corundum and then sell it back at area 18. Well, I mean, honestly, we can just shorten this down. We can do a Corundum run. That's what we're going to do. All right. Beans. So HDMS Hadley. Shoot, where did that say that was? Oh, is that Hurston? Okay, let's do it this way. If we're let's just do an Agresium run. Let's keep it simple. I know I can sell this at New Babbage, so I just need somewhere around Babbage that sells it. Clio. I can do Clio. Ryari Cantwell. They sell it for $23.68. I can sell it for $27.5. So, trading, basic economics, supply and demand. You want to buy at a low price, sell at a high price. You guys are all very intelligent. I'm sure that comes as no surprise to you. Little nuance is the more expensive a commodity is, the more profit you can get per load. So even there's cases where you'll be spending a lot more money on a load and the percentage might not be as good, but because you've invested so much into a cargo load, you might end up making quite a bit more money. So Agresium, Laranite, stuff like that, those are kind of the expensive commodities. And generally speaking, you want to load up with those as much as you can, and then fill up on cheaper commodities as needed. Eventually, we're probably going to be getting quite a bit more variety for the commodities that we can sell. I want the lights on. Ship looks so much better with the lights on. This ain't the display model I can turn all the lights on. Like this one. This one. And this one. And this one. Okay, there's supposed to be an animation there. It's actually a pretty cool animation, so I am a little bummed it didn't work.
You are clear to launch.
Don't forget to deploy the radar dish. Wait. Is that... You can actually get that thing to pop up?
Thank you.
Okay. If I leave it here, we'll be okay, right? Well, let's see. I can just keep us flying off. Will it stay up if I get in the scanning chair? Oof. What? How? It's like the animation glitched out for me getting out of the seat, which should have been fine, and then I just spirited it away. I expected a lot of things to potentially go wrong with doing a cargo run. That was not one of them. It's okay. It's an alpha. Servers are under a lot of stress right now. It'll get better. It'll get better. Someday. It'll get better. Yeah, do not get out of the chair in flight. I've never had it go that bad before. All right. Let's try this again. Global chat. I have cheated death twice so far this stream because I am still wearing my Lorville suit. So I do have that going for me. There's things to be happy about. I'm not wearing a white noob suit. Noob. I keep saying noob soup. Like good soup. I'm not wearing a noob suit. I'm wearing an olive drab noob suit.
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
Capsule. 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 I wonder why in so much of science fiction the future societies all have British accents. There's Aspire Grand. Man, really is a cool cityscape.
Nearing next stop.
Looks like an Olive Garden ad. Okay, so here's the new plan. Okay? We're gonna fly one of the Hercules series because I don't want to make you guys wait for me to claim the ship. We're gonna do that same plan. We're gonna do a cargo run, and we're gonna buy Grecium from Rayari Cantwell Research Outpost.
Welcome to the ASOC
And then when we get back,
system.
the Mercury Star Runner should be available again. And at that point,
Your insurance claim has been set.
we'll see that radar dish. That is my promise to you, YouTube.
Stand by.
The Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
Your vehicle has been
Okay,
delivered.
Hangar 8. Now, I am going to couch it just a little bit and point out that there is a strong likelihood that I may get to the terminal where I buy the commodity and I am unable to. I'm going to hope it doesn't happen, but it is a strong likelihood. If that happens, we'll just go through the motions. We'll pretend that we bought a bunch of cargo. Big ships like this definitely need multiple points of egress. Do I trust it? Is it going to crush me? Here's hoping that no. Okay, we're good. Back it up. Deploy the joysticks.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. You are clear to launch. Systems.
So perhaps the game was really not happy with me not wanting to show off the C2. It does have a VTOL mode, which very usefully narrows your profile just a little bit. Can be very handy getting out of these very tight hangars, because you're in one of the biggest ships at this point. They don't come much bigger than you. I mean, look at that. Taking off this quickly vertically in this behemoth of a ship. Give me a break. That's a beaut.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Okay. And drive is going to take quite a while to spool up to. Okay, Cleo, Ryari Cantwell. I wonder what it is that the Cantwell do. Haha.
Quantum travel engaged.
Okay, I do want to point out, if you look in the bottom right of my screen, let's see. If you look in the bottom right of the screen over here, you can see those decoy numbers. You can tank a lot of missiles in this ship.
Quantum travel engaged.
And I want to say that they're the bigger size ones too. Yeah, look at that. So cool. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got one more jump. Shouldn't have unspooled the drive. This is a big boy. It takes a while to do anything.
Quantum travel.
Okay, so we learned from our playtime yesterday that if you want to figure out the size of a gun within the M series, you take off 2. So it currently comes with 2 size 4, I guess laser cannons, right? Which means that you can put size 5s on this because, as you can see, I do have access to gimbals at the moment. So 2 size 5 guns to the pilot is not bad. For a ship this big, pretty awesome. And then this one does not have the chin turret, but on the militarized versions you do have a chin turret. It does have 2 remote turrets. See, there's one on the top there, and then also one on the bottom. Turn on VTOL mode. Let's extend the gear.
Landing gear down.
Now, landing this thing can be kind of tricky because it is very, very front heavy. The landing skids are located quite a ways towards the back. Generally, the trick is you want to kind of land with the nose pointed up a little bit, from what I remember. Am I even going to fit on this pad? Sure, it'll fit. Yeah, see that? Come on, recover. Recover. I think I was on top of some holes. Okay, you know what? Forget it. Forget pads. Who needs them? Yeah. There we go. That's... No, that's a terrible landing. Jeez. Yeah, why are you guys even watching me? This streamer doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, and where is the looking for the orange light. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna park it over here. There's a little more flat spot over here. And this should be... The orange light should be where I can buy the stuff from. Okay, what am I on now? There. I think it's the wind. I think the wind is not helping me. Alright. Anywho. I'm gonna leave the engines on because that should help keep things on the ground. And we're gonna take the dramatic exit today. We're going out the front. You can hear that wind outside, though. I don't know if you guys can, but I can hear it. Look at this. Yeah, it is, it's a bit chilly. I should only have to get to this building over here. I'm pretty sure. The one with the light mast on it. So it should be this one that I can buy in. Giving me chills in real life. Alright. Fingers crossed. Show me the money. Yeah. See that? We're actually buying some stuff. Actually, I want to top out. Do okay, so we spent a little over 400,000, I think. So I think we'll be a millionaire by the end of this run. Now, one of the coolest things about doing cargo runs like this is seeing your cargo physicalized in your cargo bay. And you can already see it a little bit. Look at that. Just massive Lego brick of money. Pull that in. Okay, so it's subtle, guys, but did you see they don't close at exactly the same rate? Someone in the art department deserves a raise. I noticed that. I see you putting in little nuances like that, because that's very realistic to how it would be in real life. I mean, those are massive doors. They're not going to close at the same rate all the time. It's not going to be perfect like so many things in video games are. And so the fact that there's just that little discrepancy, it's like someone put in the work to make that look just great. So I see you. I see what you're doing. Okay. Take up the landing gear. Get out of VTOL mode. Let's plot a course back to Microtech. So, pretty safe cargo run. I'm probably going to be okay, but man, every time I've just sunk hundreds of thousands of credits into a cargo hold, I have flashbacks to 30Ks and things going bad, and it's like, oh man, I hope this works. I hope I don't run into any pirates. I hope no one blows me up. I hope I can land properly. be landing in the nighttime again, too. Makes things a little tougher. Oh, never mind. It is daytime. Sweet. Oh, and I got a good approach too. I'm really close to the airport. Spaceport. Spaceport. It's not an airport. Airport takes you through the air. Spaceport's take you through space. If you're gonna let me contact you all the way from up here, might as well. It takes a while to get a. Okay, this must just be like a golden server because I was able to get a pad right away. There we go. I've got a indicator. Slow it down there, Bessie.
Landing gear down.
Okay. You good?
Complete. Have a pleasant stay.
I think we're good. All right. Happy landing. Okay, so just look at all these boxes. I love seeing a full cargo hold like this. It's so cool. Okay, see? It happens again. They open at slightly different rates. This left door opens just a little bit faster than the right. It's a very slight detail. It's a very, very subtle detail, I mean, but it's makes a big difference to the overall feel of the animation. Isn't that just the coolest? I guess I'm blinding this guy. Yeah, I don't blame you for that dazed expression. This guy kept his brights on when he landed in the hangar. What a jerk. Not fixing it though. You can deal with it. Oh. Okay. When you land, you do want to store your ship.
Welcome.
This adds another layer of security in case things go belly up. It's stored, put away. Once you're landed, you should actually be okay if a 30k happens. But anything you can do to protect yourself. Okay, we want to go to Commons. Wait for me! No, no, no! Dang it! Because the Commons is where the trade center is. And that's what we need right now. Let's see. Oh, if I crouch there, now you got a good view. See Aspire Grand again, front and center. See the IAE Expo Center right there. Right there. Okay, so this is the Commons. And we want to go to the plaza. And we're looking for trade development. I think it's over here. Okay, here's center mass. Here's HRP office suite. Okay, I think I went to exactly the wrong side. Okay, here we go. All right, fingers crossed. We bought a bunch of stuff. Now we need to sell a bunch of stuff. Hey, there we go. So single stop cargo run. You can You can obviously optimize this to be a lot better. If you do multiple stops, trading multiple different types of commodity, you can definitely get a lot more profit per hour. But, I mean, we're millionaires now. I mean, that's not too bad. 696 SCU of cargo on the C2, which is just a ludicrous amount of cargo. And given the current context of the game, I mean, just an awesome ship for doing cargo trading. Easy to fly, easy to maneuver. It is big, so you're going to have to get real good at those landings. I'm not great at that. But otherwise, just really cool line of ships. I love Crusader. I think that they have some of the coolest designs. Tomorrow we've got MISC, and then we've got RSI. And hopefully we'll know a lot more about the RSI Galaxy on the 26th. MISC has a lot of function over form type ships. Not my favorite aesthetically, but they are very useful ships. You've got things like the Prospector, which is your single seat mining ship. Very, very good money making ship. You've also got the Freelancer series, which is basically king of the mid-tier cargo trading as far as I'm concerned. Mid-tier being above 66 and below 300, let's say. Really good ships. You've also got, let's see, what else does MISC have? They've probably got quite a few that I'm totally spacing right now. But for today, this Thanksgiving of 2022, I want you to share what you're thankful for in the comments. Me, I'm really thankful for the growth that I've had on this channel. I'm currently sitting at 169 subscribers, which is more than double what it was just at the start of this year. I've had amazing rates of growth and a lot of support from the community. And it's very humbling because, you know, I've made videos for a really long time at this point, and up until recently I didn't get much interaction or engagement out of my videos that I put so much work into, and all of a sudden I just have this huge outpouring of support. And there's still a long ways to go before, you know, I'm making money and stuff like that, but I am really grateful for the community that I have and what I've been able to cultivate here on YouTube. I've got some amazing org members that are incredibly generous with their time and their energy and their efforts. And man, you guys are real friends. And I hope you know that. I'm also grateful for my family. My family has been a huge support in my life. They've encouraged me to try new things and to push myself to be better, to acquire new talents, and to be the well-rounded person that I am. And a lot of who I am is due to my family and especially my parents. So those are the two things I'm grateful for, which really is just the same thing. I'm thankful for family. So let me know what you're thankful for down in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And if you like content like this, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I do read all the comments and I do try to get back to you. And the support that you guys show me is just, it really brightens my day. So I hope you know that there's not a compliment that goes unnoticed, and I really do appreciate all the positive things that you guys have given me. But until next time, this is Odd Job Entertainment signing off.